Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build video on my channel. Today's video is a very special video because I am, as you guys can tell, I am renovating the Goth home. But the Goth home is not in its natural habitat, as you can see. Usually this iconic home sits in the lovely neighborhood of Willow Creek, but today I have placed it in the island of Sulani. So something kind of weird, but it will maybe make sense after I'm done with this build. But it's pretty much my kind of thought process behind today's renovation was, if you guys saw like a few months ago, I did do a Goth renovation, kind of like the Goth home or the Goth family in an alternate universe. So I completely did like a 180 on their home, and instead of making it like dark and like gothic, I made it very bright and very elegant and very royal. So I will link that video down below so you guys can go check it out. But I made the house like pretty much white and like very, very complete opposite. Like, just think of the exact opposite of what you would think the Goths are, and like that's what I did. And I had so much fun making or doing that renovation a couple months ago. So when this world came out, or when Island Living came out, I thought, why not take that concept and apply it for kind of like a beach theme? So the idea behind this is like, it's kind of like the Goths decided in an alternate universe to move from their regular lives in Willow Creek and go live off the grid and escape from all the drama and the gossip around Willow Creek and all the other families. They just thought like, hey, let's just leave. Let's go to a deserted island in Sulani and live our life there. So this is kind of like an alternate universe Goth family, or it could be like the regular universe Goth family and they just decided to leave. But yeah, it's going to be, as you guys can see, the home is going to be similar to their normal home, but I am making it like beach themed. So I tried to keep the original shell of the home, and I didn't alter like any walls or anything like that. I kept like the exact same structure on the outside, so like the shape of the outside is going to be exactly the same. It's just like turned into a beach home. So I changed the windows obviously, and as you guys see, one of the big changes I made is I took out one of the floors. So it is like a 2.5 story home originally, and I took out the middle layer because I just thought if the Goth family were moving to like a deserted island, they would be like downsizing. They're going to go live like off the grid, but not really because there's electricity, but you know what I mean. They are moving on to an island and they're just going to live the simple life and downsize a bit. So they don't need a massive mansion anymore. They just need fewer things because they live a nice, simple island life. So that's kind of the biggest change I made to this home. I obviously wanted to preserve as much like structure and integrity of the structure as possible, but that is one big change that I did make, and I think that it looks a little bit better this way. I just thought it looked a little bit out of place to have like a massive mansion, like Goth house mansion, on this private island, because I feel like if you lived on a private island like this, you'd have maybe like a smaller home, and I just think that it looks a little bit cuter this way. So I hope you guys like what I did there. I know it looks quite different because it's missing a floor, but in my opinion, I still think that it looks like the Goth house. It's just like a cute little beachy twist. So if you guys haven't checked out the other Goth renovation, I think I already said this, but you should definitely check it out after this video if you like how this one turned out, because if you guys don't know already, I love doing renovations on my channel. It's like one of my favorite things ever to do in The Sims 4, and also on my YouTube channel. I have a series, Love It or List It, where I renovate all of the default EA apartments and EA lots. And this is kind of an extension of this, I guess, but it's kind of turned into its own series in a way of like renovating existing townies homes, but in like an alternate universe. So it's like same but different, if you know what I mean. So In addition to the renovation of the home, just like in my last goth renovation, I'm also making over the family in Create a Sim. So if you guys, I keep plugging the last time I did this, but that's really all I have to go off of. But if you guys saw my last goth renovation or Create a Sim makeover, I made them all blonde. And I pretty much made them look, I didn't change anything about the goths like faces or body structure. I only changed their clothing, their hair, and their makeup. So they look like exactly the same, but their clothing is a lot brighter. So they wear like white and bright blue instead of like black and red. And then they're blondes and their makeup's just a little bit brighter. So I actually really like how that turned out. I don't really do Create a Sim that much because I'm not good at like making the like face structures and like the eyebrows and stuff. Like I'm not that good at that. But I do like kind of changing people's hair and makeup and choosing their clothing and like the fashion aspect of that. So that part of Create a Sim, I think I'm kind of good at, or I'm better at than like the actual like creating Sims from scratch type of thing. So with this renovation, I am also making over the family again to make them, you know, fit for the beach. So I keep their style in a way, but just make it more catered to a beachy theme. So that Create a Sim video will be out sometime this week. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to upload it, but it will be sometime in this week as well. So if you liked this renovation and you want to see the family that goes with it, don't forget to check out the video once I post it, which will be soon. But here, let us talk about the build right now. So because I had less square footage to work with, because I took out an entire floor, I kind of needed more like space to, you know, put the living area. So this is kind of interesting what I did, but I actually made the entire first floor bedrooms. So I still kept the exact same bedroom situation because it's a family of 4. There's 3 bedrooms, but then I put the entire like living, kitchen, dining area all on the top floor. And you can see I kind of like added an additional like, what is that, like rectangle, like little cone shaped turret tower thing, just to give like a little bit more symmetry to the top part of the builds, and also just to have a little bit more space to work with to like put in a full kitchen and stuff like that. So I did make a few more changes to the exterior with this, but again, I didn't really alter the shape of the home, just kind of kept that same classic octagonal, you know, shape of the home that we all know and love. So because it is island living, I thought it was appropriate to put, you know, living areas, dining areas, and all that stuff outside, which I love because we can really take advantage of that nice, beautiful, like outdoor area. And they have like a massive deck up there. That's like a dream come true, having like a big terrace that is that large. I would love to have that in real life, but I don't. Maybe one day. So by the way, the only packs that I did use in this build are Jungle Adventure and Island Living. So if you guys don't have many packs and you happen to just have those 2 packs, you'll be able to use the family and this renovation just fine, which I love because I think that those 2 packs pair really nicely together. So it's kind of like a no-brainer to like use those together. But yeah, we're pretty much done with the upstairs, as you guys just saw. Again, I put the kitchen, the dining, a living area, multiple living areas, and a couple of activities to do up there. So you can do like painting, I think. You can play chess. There's the piano. So the other thing with my renovations is I try and keep as much furniture as possible, as much existing furniture as possible. So for example, in the original Goth home, there was a piano, like a grand piano. So I wanted to keep that and translate that into the renovation as well, because just because they're leaving to move to an island doesn't mean they're not going to still love playing piano. So I kind of kept that. I know they had a few chess tables in the home as well, so I kept those as well. So yeah, with my renovations, I just like to keep it like you know, it's an alternate universe, but still somewhat realistic. Like, they're not gonna change their hobbies and stuff like that necessarily. So, obviously, I wanted to use a lot of the new island living furniture in this renovation, but I also wanted to keep some of their base game furniture that they had. I didn't keep that much, I don't think, or I can't really remember. I kept a fair amount. Some of their decorations and stuff like that, like things you would likely take if you were to move. So some of your like memorabilia, some of your decorations, some of the paintings I kept, but things like, you know, a couch or whatever, I used like the more island living-y couches instead, because you're not going to take like their gothic couch and put it in a beautiful hot beach home, if you know what I mean. So for the bedroom situation, which is what we are doing right now I am doing Cassandra Goth's bedroom. And what's funny is I actually kept the bedroom layout semi the same as what it was originally. So originally, I think Cassandra's bedroom was here. And I kind of kept the layout similar. And I kind of kept the layout also similar to the first time when I renovated the Goth home. I kind of did the same thing, so I feel like my unconscious like bias kind of like made me, you know, think the same way when I renovated this home for a second time, which is kind of interesting. But as you can see, I made this her room very bright, very pink. I mean, before her room was like very purple. So I thought I'd do like the same thing but pink, give her a very luxurious bedroom. I did some cool tricks with the vanity there. If you guys saw that, I kind of made like a makeshift vanity out of the mirror from Jungle Adventure and one of the dresser desk things. I think that's so, so cute. But yeah, I really like her room. It's kind of over the top pink for me, but I do enjoy how bright and airy it is. And it's very, very luxurious, because just because they're living, you know, the simple life doesn't mean they can't have nice, beautiful bedrooms, right? So now we are working on Alexander Goth's bedroom. So he is the child of the family. So he's just getting this nice octagonal room over here. Again, very airy, very, very colorful. You guys, I am killing it with color lately. I feel like I have overcome my fear of color. At least I think. Let me know down below if you guys think I've overcome my fear of color, or if you think I could do a little bit better, because I'm getting better. I definitely see myself getting better at using color. I used to just do like all neutral everything, and like my pop of color would be like one painting or like one plant or something like that. But I definitely think that I'm getting better. So let me know down below if you guys agree and what kind of colors you want to see me build with next. But I think we are pretty much done with Alexander Goth's bedroom now, and that means we will be moving on to Mortimer and Bella Goth's room. So they have the master bedroom, and unfortunately I couldn't attach an ensuite to their bedroom. I guess I could with that main bathroom that's like kind of touching their room. I didn't think to do that for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I just have two bathrooms out that are like hallway access, so they're more communal for the whole family and stuff. But yeah, their bedroom is kind of like the same layout as Cassandra Goth's bedroom, very big, a very aesthetically pleasing layout in my opinion. Just the way like the windows are set up and how there's a lot of room for like a fireplace and a nice seating area. It's kind of nice because I know that the living room is upstairs for everybody, but because the rooms are so big, I pretty much was able to put like a mini living room in everybody's room, because there's just so much space that you can't really fill a bedroom with anything else besides like a bed, a dresser, a desk, and then what else are you going to do? A fireplace in a living room, in a bedroom, of course. So yeah, definitely very luxurious. In their bedroom, I definitely did keep a little bit more of the furniture from the original Goth mansion, so I was able to translate a couple more of their furniture pieces into this room, which I wasn't quite able to do as much with the other children's bedrooms. So I really like that, and I really like the kind of gentle, neutral but colorful and kind of beachy color scheme I have going on in here. It's kind of like light blues, light greens, dark greens, and a lot of wood tones and beige tones mixed with some darker colors like black and stuff. So this type of color scheme is definitely a little bit more of my classic Dr. Ashley neutral-ish color scheme, but I'm definitely like not mad at it. And something I've been really into lately, as you guys have been seeing, is having photographs, like picture frames or an artwork in The Sims, kind of trying to make it look like it is leaning on like the wall. So I always like to put like a little dresser or like a little buffet table, and then I will put like a painting and lower it in such a way that it looks like it's like leaning on the wall instead of actually being hung up on the wall. I don't know, I just feel like it's a trick that kind of makes things look a little bit more homey and a little bit more cozy in my opinion. So yeah, I really like that. And lastly, over here, we're pretty much done with the interior, and I did give them a little bit of a dock, obviously, because this is island living. They're going to have, you know, the sailboats, the jet skis, all of that stuff, and it's all about the tanning and the relaxation. So on their dock, I did just put, you know, some little pool floaties and stuff like that, and some lounge chairs so they can go out there and relax. So I really love that. And now we are all done with the interior, and we are just working on the exterior. And this is where I do the landscaping. And the landscaping actually took a fair amount of time, and I think that's good because it means that I'm getting better, you guys. When landscaping takes a while, it means I'm putting more effort into it and I'm making it more detailed. So I think I really like how the landscaping turned out for this place. And I think I like landscaping in the island of Sulani and in this pack in general because you can make it look a little bit more messy because you're like semi in the wilderness and stuff like that. You're on like an island, it's in nature, so it's not supposed to be perfect. It can be a little bit kind of like random and kind of as if you built the home into the landscaping instead of planted the landscaping around the home, if you know what I mean. So something that's super cool that I did end up doing that you will see in just a moment is I kind of size up rocks, and I've been loving doing this lately, is sizing up the rocks and kind of putting them near the stilts, kind of to make it look like, you know, there's these rocks that were on the beach and like you couldn't move them and you just kind of like built a house around them, and it's just kind of very natural and very like your house is one with nature, that type of thing. I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but that's kind of where I was going with that, and I kind of, you know, I really like that. So very, very proud of my landscaping job here, you guys, and I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys like this type of thing. I know the goth house is very like iconic, and it's sometimes when something is so iconic you just shouldn't touch it, but I for some reason am just so obsessed with renovating like towny homes and existing homes and kind of putting them in an alternate universe and kind of thinking and kind of telling the story of like, what if it was the exact same family but they did live in this other life and they're the same people who kind of have the same personality and the same interests, but they just are in a completely different like environment, or instead of black they like white, stuff like that. So that is what I did here, and I really hope that you guys like this alternate universe series that I have going on. Let me know if you want me to do the same thing for any other classic Sims 4 townies. I know that some people did suggest for me to do the land grabs as well, so maybe I will do them next. But yeah, give me any ideas you have down below. But besides that, I believe the screenshots should be rolling right now. I do really love how this renovation turned out, so I hope that you guys do as well. But besides that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up or leave a comment down below what you thought about it. And if this is our first time meeting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be friends or if you want to see more Sims 4 videos. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye everybody!